Right, so we are ready with our next run, and I'm going to hand it over to Joseph. And yeah, here you go. This is Top Gear Rally on the Nintendo 64 Any Percent by Joseph733. So take it away, Joseph. You're live.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we have there's going to be a bit of performance issues during the run, but compromises have to be made. Anyway, we're doing Top Gear Rally on the N64, so I'm going to start, as long as everything's audible, I hope. We're going to start this in 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so let me just select everything here first. Then I'll let you know what's going on. Okay, I hope there's going to be a bit of sound problems probably during the run. Well, I don't know, there's not much I can do about it. A bit of audio, a bit of video problems, because we have to make compromises. I don't have the best setup in the world. So, anyway, but this is Top Gear Rally on N64. It's a rally game. And it's sort of more on the arcadey side of things. I don't know what to say. It's not a bad game. For its time, it had pretty good graphics and stuff, so... yeah. Like a lot of games from this time period, we have sort of a limited amount of content, really. There's like a lot of games from this time, you lack a lot of tracks. Only 4 raceable locations if we don't count the bonus stage unlocked at the end of the game. So, yeah. But the premises for the Any Percent run is you go through seasons, and each season has a select amount of races with their own, like, I guess, forecast and how they, like, orientation and things like that, and the cars that are going to be used for those races. So you start off with, like, the slower cars. Then when you complete the first season, you move to the next set of cars, so on and so on, until you reach the end of the game. So for the first 2 cars you get in Season 1, you get the Lancia, which is what I'm driving, and you get the Ford Escort, the 90s one. Both of them are from, like, Group A, I guess. And that's basically the beginning. And there's 2 races in this first season. You complete these 2 races, and then you move on to the next 2 cars, and that has 3 races, and the opponent's going to be a little bit more challenging. The track layout, for example, will be a little bit more difficult, and you're going to have to think about setups. But for the most part, how we run this game, we usually we stick to the same setup. We don't want to spend too much time in the menus, so we kind of figured out a good balance, good optimization, and when you should switch your tires and when you should just leave everything be. Like, for example, we selected handling style 3 because, yes, it is the most oversteery of the 3, but it allows you to have really good precision. And that's what you want, really. You want to be able to correct any kind of errors you made. It allows you to just do wild maneuvers, considering if you use, say, handling style 2, it's very, very understeery and it's very undesirable. Because I would say the linearity of the turning is very sort of unpredictable. You'd rather stick with something that's very sensitive. It takes a bit of time to get used to, but overall you'll have a better run for it because you can control your car easier, and you'll get used to the sensitivity. Because for some crazy reason, the analog stick on this controller actually works quite well, considering the N64's analog stick has a pretty bad reputation for just breaking or whatever, but in this case it's quite acceptable, I guess. So yeah, and we just decided on soft suspension because it seems like the best option. You're not going to be, I guess, bottoming out in places, whatever, stuff like that. So we selected soft suspension. We selected automatic transmission because we haven't found any improvements using manual. So you might as well just stick with automatic. So there's one less thing to worry about. So. And we picked grippy tires because really, I think what the tires do, it just dictates, again, how the handling is going to be on the car. It's not a necessity for certain tracks, for example. Like ice tracks will always be icy. It will just determine how the car feels, really. You won't be compromised too much by using, say, grippy tires on a snow track. Also, you may notice I'm using these shortcuts here. Each track contains a few shortcuts. This is I think this is Coastline, that's what it's called. This one contains this beach shortcut, and then you cut through this grass here. And these shortcuts indeed save you a lot of time. So you want to take full advantage of them, and you'll have the races won in no time. So yeah. Another thing you can do, this is a bit of a miscellaneous thing. You can change the color of your car. A lot of these games back in the day, you could change the decals or you could paint the car. It's exactly what you can do here. You can make this into whatever you want it to be. You can make it really authentic if you like. So, yeah. Anyway, we're coming up the end of this race. And one of the things we do... Oh, I accidentally picked the Escort. That's okay. It's not a huge difference between these two cars. Sometimes when you pick the cars in this, it's sort of a matter of choice. Other times there's a big difference. But these two cars, minuscule differences. They're both relatively slow. Feel about the same. So it's really just a matter of choice. With the later cars like the Ford RS200 and like the Porsche, cars like that, you really, really want to be using specific cars. They will save you lots of time. Don't use cars that are slow, like the BMW or whatever. You'll see this when we come to it. Very nice.
Okay, what did I miss?
You missed me explaining a couple of things. How we do.
I told the Lancia, and I recognize the car. I think that's... No?
Yeah, it's an Escort. I mean, with the... What do they call this? Like the whale tail? I'm not sure what they call this thing.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah. But
so,
yeah.
A few of the guys in chat, I wish you best of luck with your run.
Thank you very much. I wish I could see it, but yeah. That's okay.
And Toombs said, I kind of love how there's a certain softness graph.
Yeah. A certain softness.
That was closely followed by coastline. Just the word coastline, with all letters in capitals spaced out.
Yeah, yeah. That's a little. We're gonna call that it's like an inside joke, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, coastline. That's the easiest. It's the easiest of the 4 tracks we're gonna be seeing here. And then we have this one.
I'll be honest. When I saw this game originally, as in when I saw that when I saw that it was submitted and I had a look at it a bit more, I thought, this is not the game I played that was called Gear Rally. Obviously the version I played, advanced version. I never owned an N64, so this is actually one of the classic gems I missed out on.
Yeah, it drives okay. I know some people absolutely despise how it handles. I'm perfectly okay with it. I adapted to it quite okay, and I think anybody can really get used to it. It's just a matter of it's more of getting used to the controller rather than the game's physics. Because, you know...
Yeah, the N64 had that weird, what do you call it, didn't it? The handle in the middle of it, I always...
Yeah, like this weird analog thing, and like, it's for 3 hands, man.
I know that's not how... You know, the weird analog thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was a design decision where they were, this was like the sort of transition from D-pad to analog in a lot of games. So we have it's more like a control style. What do you want to use?
I'm guessing can you use what's it called? Can you use the D-pad? I know I'm being that annoying sod, but can you use the D-pad as a controller? Oh, actually, there isn't one, is there, for N64?
Oh no, there's a D-pad on the left side. You can use it, but I have it set up to use the analog. You can mess around with the control configuration, but the default one seems to work perfectly fine. So.
Oh, that works then.
Basically, what I was trying to say was, I think when you have control style 3, because there's 3 different control styles you pick from, and we pick 3 because it's the most sensitive. And that might sound like a bad idea, but it's really not, because there's something about the dead zones, or the way this analog feels, that it actually you benefit from it. It allows you to finally adjust your handling. If that makes any sense. There's something weird about it, but it works really well. So that's what I was saying earlier.
Like I said, everything seems to be obvious. Well, I'm no surprise it's obvious, but it's weird because of how it's all, how it's all in 3D and everything. It's proper strange seeing this, in, like I said, in the detail that it's in.
It's alright. Apparently it was a pretty good looking game for its time, so.
Yeah, it still looks good actually.
Looks alright.
I mean, heck, I know these games that probably came out around the same time that look much worse. So it could be worse.
Oh yeah, that's true. It can be worse. Yeah, this was
also what's it called? Rivlod said hopefully AI.
Yeah, the AI are weird in this game.
Toom said no, but you know what I meant. The text is super smooth. Well, you knew what he meant, didn't you?
Yeah. It's a weird N64 thing.
And a wild Leviathan is in the chat too, saying, well.
Yeah.
Well, what we have here is Top Gear Rally for the N64 Leviathan.
Yeah, I think I ran this game for the first time, I'm not really sure, spring of last year. And people weren't really playing it then. And then people started playing it again. And people found some strats to make the game faster. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, the setups. Setups and menuing, really. You can skip a lot of the menuing nonsense if you just like quit out of the tournament and then back in again. It's really weird that people figure out these things, but there you go. I also mentioned, I don't know if you're still here, but I mentioned that the shortcuts, each track, because they're really tracks, have their own shortcuts, so you really want to take full advantage of them.
Also, Leviathan has wished you good luck.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I told him I'd be running today, so.
It's nice to see a fellow Mcraeathon as well. Always nice to see him.
Yeah.
In case I've missed it, would you say the collection of cars in this game is pretty decent for its time?
Yeah, for its time, yeah. I think there are, well, if we count the bonus car, 10 cars, I think? Hang on, let me just think. 10 cars, yeah. It would be considered acceptable for 1997.
We'll say, oh, the BMW. Just spied it then.
Yeah, these two... This is an Impreza. Both this one and the Celica.
Okay,
yeah, it's the old Impreza.
I think that was a BMW.
There is a BMW. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's not very good, though. I would really recommend against using that car. Yeah, this track is kind of annoying. I know Rivlid would know. He would know. This track is full of bumps, which means you get, 90s physics going on all over the place. A lot of, like, polygonal nonsense for the track, so you have to really be careful here. You can get screwed over completely by the environment. Oh yeah, I don't know. There's a shortcut here too. There are two. One of them is very obvious, but the other one is not so. And I'm actually questioning whether or not it's faster to use a normal route or the shortcut. So.
Also, am I kind of quiet? Leviathan seems to think I'm quiet. If I am, I do apologise.
Maybe I'm just loud because I know this microphone is quite loud.
No biggie. As long as you can hear me somewhat. If I'm quiet, I do apologise, but if you can hear me somewhat, too bad.
No, for me, you're perfectly fine. You're a perfect volume.
Yeah.
So this was the very obvious shortcut, because all the AI take the upper route. Don't do that. Take this route. It's faster, and you don't have to turn as much, and you don't have to worry about crashing into the cliff. Basically, the AI are kind of cheating in this game. They often use cars that are better than yours, so you'll see them overtaking a lot of the AI with the car you're driving. So that's unfortunately.
Yeah, I think how old was Top Gear Rally, by the way?
This game, 1997.
How old is 1997?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah, 90. What's it called? N6. Yeah.
Yeah, it's around the console's launch. Yeah. And yeah, like, I think Toon was talking about how the sounds in Mobile 1 are disappointing or whatever. I mean, here it's no different. All the cars sound the same, which is a bit unfortunate, but while they all sound the same, they all have different HUDs. So you'll notice that you'll notice that during night races and when we select cars here and there.
O2's put Mcraeathon. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
And Yonko's asked the same thing, saying, "Who is?"
Not much I can do with that. It's fine.
He's cooking up a storm, whatever it is.
Yeah. This thing.
Insert good rally joke.
Oh gosh.
Insert a good rally joke. What's he cooking? You guys can finish that one.
Oh goodness.
I mean, I can't imagine it gonna be too good. What are they cooking up? Cooking up a storm.
Oh man.
Also, Rivlin said, just after you, Viper. And just after you were born, Viper. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
This game came out after I was born. Not too much after, but after I was born. I was unfortunate that I went down... I say unfortunate, I don't know. If I say I was fortunate to go down the PlayStation route, am I being too harsh on those that own an N64?
No, because... No, absolutely not, come on. Because each console has its... You know, this was at a time when consoles still had their differences. Not everything was the same, and we just had ports of everything on everything. This was when the consoles still had a bunch of unique games on their own systems. So, like, you know, Gran Turismo and whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I mean, the N64 would have great games on it, racing games, and well, just games in general. But I don't know. I mean, for me, I didn't really see the interest in an N64 as much. But then again, if I had a PlayStation 1 when I was very young, there's no reason for why I wanted to go to the N64. Heck, I didn't even know about the N64 till I got a PS2.
Yeah, so, it's not a problem, you know.
Go figure, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of like go figure, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, Rivalry was saying Nintendo was good back then. Yeah, they were.
The Switch is an impressive comeback from like the Wii U or something. So you know.
Do you mean Wii U?
Yeah,
Wii U?
Pretty much. Yeah.
That was the joke, wasn't it, regarding the console?
Yeah. I mean, man.
I mean, what was it now? Oh, that was it. Yeah, they released the Switch the other day and said it's apparently sold. The sales that the Wii U had, it's quadrupled the sales of the Wii U. The Switch.
Yeah, probably more than that, man.
I'm not surprised. You know, it's a game console that's portable. I mean, yeah, alright, the DS and the PSP and all that was portable, but I mean, so was the Wii U actually. But I don't know, maybe the variety of games, I don't know. Wonder what it is that's done it, that's caused people to go, need to get a Switch.
Yeah.
It's the newest console, I don't know.
There's just something about it, like there's something about the versatility, and you know, I
I mean,
think
if you want a good console with good games, just get a PSP, done.
fair enough, but
No
it's
offense.
it's aging. But I think that's the purpose of this. It's like that last good handheld left. That's it, and then.
Oh yeah, Sony left the game, didn't they, years ago?
Yep. Well, I
They
mean,
just turned around and went, well, what am I supposed to do about that?
well, they farted out the PSP Go, and that was kind of a disaster, you know.
Oh god, don't ever bring that.
Yeah,
console
exactly.
up.
Did people forget that thing existed?
The PSP that acted like a. They had the slide up thing, didn't they?
Yeah, wasn't there a phone as well, like a Sony Ericsson that did the same thing? You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's strange.
that was a thing.
What's the thing?
I should
I don't know,
mention
like-
I should mention something quickly. This was a wall riding. Okay. A good strat in this game is to wall ride on this, I guess, concrete walls or whatever it is. But I don't want to do it for the sake of authenticity. It's not a big deal, but you will save some time doing the wall riding. But the physics kick in and then you go flying or something. It's happened. Should just point that out.
Well, it's a case of. I think. Well, they were testing the boundaries, weren't they, with the hands?
Yeah.
Like, obviously we had the DS and the 3 and everything, and then the Wii came out, and everyone went nuts for the Wii because motion controls, yeah, is the future.
Yeah.
And then Xbox and Sony started up to play it; they couldn't match it.
Oof.
They had
Yeah.
the Kinect and PS Move, and they were just awful. Some games worked with the Kinect and PS Move. You can tell they were more. I mean, for us, we can go, they were bloody awful. They never worked. But for a kid, I mean, bear in mind, most parents probably got them for kids. It worked, I guess.
Well, I think one of the things is like the demo game, right? Wii Sports was such a good. It was such
Wii
a
Sports was great.
yeah, exactly. It was
For
such a
demo.
good demonstration game. It's so good that I think most people just stopped playing that one. You know.
I'll be honest, I think I played the Wii Sports demo like 3 months, 4 months
Yeah.
before even realising it was a game.
Yeah.
It was like, a cousin of mine. He was really into his Wii games and everything. That was it. So he was proper into his Wii game. He just bought the Wii when it was brand new, and he brought it round, and it was like I said, he set it up, and I was like, oh, I don't really like it. Played this one game, and I thought it was rubbish, and didn't understand the motion control. Probably because I couldn't get used to it. But I didn't like it. I was like, oh, it's just awful. It's weird. But then the more I played it, the more I got used to it. By the time he went, right, I'm obviously it's his console and everything. He just wanted to show it, and he's like, right, I'm taking it home. I'm like, no, don't take the Wii. I want to play it more.
Yeah.
That's just what it was.
It was so cool. It was so cool.
I mean, let's be honest. Everyone knows what. Most notably is obviously the Wii Shop.
Yeah.
Is it Wii Shop? No, the Me channel.
Oh yeah, that. So meme worthy.
Honestly, I can honestly say I hate the internet. That soundtrack. It's now become, because it's that much of a meme. I'm like, I want it to not be a meme anymore. But,
Yeah, well, what can you do?
What are you gonna do? Yeah, exactly. What can you?
I mean, the internet will dictate how long a meme will be stretched for. So.
I mean, currently it's the coronavirus. Everything's just a meme at the moment. I don't like using that word, but it is. It's true.
Everything is a meme.
Doesn't matter if it's a natural disaster. It's still gonna get turned into a meme. Someone's gonna take the mick out of it somewhere.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Paul in no hands.
Oh, shit.
Really into his way.
Oh, goodness.
That's it. I don't know, like, it was a... That was great. I didn't understand the hype with the 3DS. I didn't understand it at all. Mum bought the console, I was surprised. She doesn't buy any game consoles. It's always a shock, I can't believe it. It's always shocking whenever your parents buy a game. You go, why you buy it? You know, they've not bought it for you, they've bought it for... And you're like, why have you bought a games console? You don't play games. I play games. I'm the gamer in the games. But they buy the console and you're like, bet they're not going to play it too much. It is true though, everyone's bought. Like I said, my mum bought a 3D.
I should point something out quickly. Well, I'll just mention it quickly. Basically now this is where the difficulty starts stepping up, where you start having weather effects and things, so you have to be wary about it. That's it.
I mean, that's for a 1990, you say 97 this game?
Yeah.
For a game that came out in 97, the fact that it's got this sort of impressive. I mean, bear in mind, Colin McRae Rally did not come out till 1998.
Did it not? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I keep getting mixed up with...
Nintendo beat him to it.
Well...
Yeah, Nintendo beat him to it.
Was this the standard before Colin McRae 1 came out? Yeah, Colin McRae 1.
I'd say it was, yeah. I mean, I know racing games have had weather effects and all that sort for decades. Way before this game came out. Like Lotus Turbo Challenge, playing that Amiga.
Oh, that game.
Yeah, that game. But I'm doing a run with Tiny Tim for
yeah.
In like 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. And that had rain weather effects on it. I was like,
that's quite impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive, but when you think of proper weather effects, I mean, yeah, the rain here is about the same as it is there, but it just looks more convincing.
Yeah.
When it really stepped up its mark. It probably stepped up previous rally games, I don't know.
I'm not sure, like, I can think of, was it like this Q-Rack rally game? Wasn't it like 1994 or something? I'm not sure. It looks pretty old.
Maybe.
Like,
I mean, it was obviously Sega Rally Championship, that didn't have any wet weather in it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the earliest game I played. The earliest game I played before Colin McRae Rally, but after this Lotus Turbo Challenge that had rain effects.
I'm not really sure.
I can't think of any. I will say the GBA version of this game.
I think the GBA version is pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
For those that haven't seen it, either get an emulator or get the game itself. Not be disappointed. If you are a Game Boy fan, get it.
Yeah.
But do yourself a favour.
Pretty impressive piece of software, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, emulators obviously make things way better than they are, but even when you play it on an actual Game Boy, it looks pretty... That's a Game Boy Advance game too. Bear in mind, handhelds don't always have the greatest version of a game all the time. Some of them do. I mean, Test Drive Unlimited, I'm looking straight at you.
Oh yeah, this was a good version of it, yeah. Impressively ported.
I mean, I think if Mix, if he is here, I know he'll be like, yes, Test Drive Unlimited for the PSP, yes. It is pretty impressive. You can't deny that one. For those that haven't seen Test Drive Unlimited for the PSP, go and have a look. And check it out. It's a pretty good racing game. I say racing game, it's more of a driving holiday game. as weird as that sounds. So there is racing in that game, but it's all tarmac. You can go off-road if you but it's pointless in doing so, because you're just going off-road for no reason. Basically, there's no reason for you to go off-road. But the handling, the physics, the car sounds could do with improvement, but for a PSP game, it really... I think it blitzed, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's probably better in terms of what got sold on the PSP racing-wise. I mean, Test Drive Unlimited probably didn't sell racing, but in terms of what actually looks the best, I'd say that's a good 10 out of 10 for looks.
I don't know.
I mean, easily the best looking one,
I don't know.
And gameplay wise, anyway.
Every time I think about PSP racing games, I've always got drawn back to Shift, which was like, so it's just sad. It just, I don't know.
Shift on the PSP is downright awful. Oh my god!
It's just
it looks like a mobile port.
It's just a sad game, unfortunately.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Need for Speed. I've unfortunately had. Listen, I've unfortunately had the mispleasure of playing that game, Need for Speed Nitro for the Wii.
Yeah, that's not very good. The DS version. The DS version is awful as well. Believe me. It's extremely poor.
What's the other thing as well? Another game as well. Another version. Can't talk about. It'll come to me in a minute.
And you played the... I don't know if I caught this, but you played the GBA version of Most Wanted, so...
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
I was mad enough to run it. So was Ryzen.
Oh my goodness.
Ryzen actually ran that game. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, I still think the DS version of Most Wanted is atrocious. You have a different opinion, but I think it's quite awful. Okay, yeah, we stick to this car. Yep. Going back to what I was saying earlier, each car has its own tachometer? Yes. And yeah, basically when you play this game, you start to realize there's a lack of courses. So yeah, it's the biggest downside of this game. It's just the lack of tracks to drive. And nice. But at least you get to drive some pretty cool cars. And this was one of the examples I was talking about earlier. How you have two cars in this season, for example, the Supra and the M3, both rear-wheel drive cars. You're much better sticking with this car. It's a lot faster. This is an extremely fast car, actually. You can feel just how much of an upgrade it is over the previous set of cars. It just kind of whips around the track like crazy. But yeah, otherwise, didn't actually speak anything about this track. I'd say it's moderately difficult. The shortcuts are the harder parts to pull off, really, compared to the previous track. Otherwise, the course is rather technical, full of hairpins and stuff, and just tight turns, but it's nothing impossible or anything. You'll get used to it quite quickly. So, it's not too bad. Not at all.
Also, is it a Toyota Supra you're driving?
Yeah, it is.
I thought I recognised the back headlights.
Yeah.
Tail lights, I mean.
Yeah, no, this is, I think, the thing I like about this car, it has my favorite tachometer of all the cars in the game. Just looks cool.
Well, it could get away with being, what's it called? Acura Integra. Or Honda Integra,
It could, but it wasn't a thing yet, I don't think. Was it? I'm not sure now. Was
Not
it?
that I know of.
I'm not sure. It's
Might have
more...
been.
I mean, the game calls it a Type SP, so, you know, go figure. So, yeah, it's definitely a Supra.
Yeah, Supra, SP, yeah.
Yeah, but it's such a drastic increase in performance, so... But why are we driving Supras in a rally game? I don't know. Because you can. There are a couple of cars in this game that are pretty questionable. Like, why would they be rallying? But it's okay, you know, not a big deal. Only one Group B car.
I mean, in terms of cars, though.
Yeah.
Like you said, for the cars and everything like that, it kind of. I'll be honest, it's quite surprising. Oh well, that was interesting. It'll be. It's quite interesting to see how far the cars have come over the years. I mean, I say cars, but how far graphics have come over the years.
Yeah.
Like, this is obviously 97. You compare this to, like, get now with Dirt Rally 2 and all this.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, we've come a long way in 20 years, haven't we? Well,
Yeah, we
23
really
years.
have. It's a good thing.
I mean, it's still, I'll be honest, even as someone who's... I like the graphics these days of games, I really do. I think they look really good. But they do lack a lot of elements that the old games had. I don't know why, maybe that's just me being an old git.
Yeah, some of the magic is lost and herder, yeah, I know.
Yeah, being a boomer and all this.
Yeah.
But no. But on a different front, I think games these days, they do have a lot of nice looks to them. You know, they spick and span and bam in your face and that sort of thing. But I just don't think that, in terms of, you know, gameplay wise, is enough to keep you. They do put in extra modes. You know, like, you'll have a game, like, for example, Dirt Rally 2, you can obviously have your time trial, your time trial mode and that sort of thing. But you'll also have, like a rally mode. There won't be a career. Like, they don't exist career modes anymore. Well, they do, just they're not there as career mode. They're just season mode or championship mode.
Yeah, or challenge mode or something.
Yeah. It's like, just call it career mode if it's career.
Alright, so I'm just gonna point out, this is the bane of my existence right here, a car with this performance and this track, so, yep. These pillars in the bridge, also, deadly. Yeah, what's up?
Zoom said, compare even
V-Rally? Sorry?
V-Rally 3 and 4. Because 3 came out in 2002. V-Rally 4 came out last year, I think. Or the year before, 2018.
Alright, so I just demonstrated the shortcut there. It's very hard to pull off properly. You can mess up easily and it will cost you time. Anyway, this is...
That does look like a tricky shortcut. It's just caught up now.
Yeah.
Grief.
Yeah. Oh, the AI pace is all over the... Oh yeah, here we go. It's the AI pace
Privilege just sent you a message. Go on.
No.
What were you going to say?
I'm
AI
just...
pace.
Yeah, all over the place.
Oh, no, I see why you said it. It's just caught up. Fair enough. Rivlod said, how are you doing compared to your practice run earlier?
Better. Definitely better, I think.
Is it hard to play? As in, is the hand difficult to get used to, would you say?
Yeah, I would say it's fairly difficult. It's very sensitive. If you're playing with Control Type 3, it's very sensitive, but it's the preferred method because you have better control. You have more,
Fair enough.
it's
Well,
more
James
precise.
just said about the Integra was in one apart. That was that.
Oh crap!
So there's a chance that an Integra could be this instead of a Supra.
It could be.
I mean, if this was released in '97, so
It would be just brand new, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
By the way, for those that are intrigued as well, for those who do like Gran Turismo, I know Tombstone 1000, I'd highly recommend checking out somebody called Matt J155, I think it is, on YouTube. He does quite a few good videos when it comes to lost content and hidden stuff and beta versions of games. Most notably Gran Turismo. He does do a bit of stuff like on Grand Theft Auto and other games, you know, other racing games. But he has done quite a bit in terms of Gran Turismo. So if you're into seeing or hearing about hidden content, bonus cars, bonus liveries, and that sort of thing, then I'd highly recommend going checking him out. He's a pretty cool guy too.
AI paste all over the place right there. Sometimes they slow. We'll be coming up shortly on. I think it's shortly on the final track. It's the mountainous track, and you'll see the AI pace in that one. Oh my!
Oh, whilst we've got a quick moment, am I right to just talk about the charity and
Sure.
give a few mentions to things? Yep. Okay, so just so everybody here at BSG, the BSG channel, and on the Mcraeathon channel, those that are watching at home, just to give you all a heads up, we are raising Dutch Cancer Society and are working alongside the BSG Marathon guys who have in return helped us with letting us use their channel for our marathon, as well as some of their own like tech and that sort of thing. So, you know, the behind the scenes, that sort of thing. And the Dutch Cancer Society is a nationwide organisation which is committed to fighting cancer whilst aiming for a better cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the horrible disease. All of your donations, whether it be just a general donation, bid wars, or anything like that, will go straight to the Dutch Cancer Society. And whilst we're on the topic of donations and stuff like that, we actually have a active bid war which will be active right up until the very end of this run. So you've got about another 1 hour 30, an hour 40-ish, well, give or take. And basically what it is, it's the normal way or the slow way. And it's for the flat out run, which Yonko will be doing next. Basically what this does is if we hit the target, it basically means that Yonko has to use the slower cars for the start of it. It does make the run slightly longer in length, but with all things considered and whatnot, we will be able to keep things under control. And he said it'll be a lot of fun if he does it. However, at the moment he's more keen on doing it the normal way. But if you want to make stuff different, make it more of a challenge run for him, then feel free to donate towards the incentive that we have set up for that. We also have incentives for the cars for tomorrow's run. So the Sega Rally Championship run that I will be doing, the Neo Drift Out run that will be done by Leandrom 98, I believe it is, or 880, I believe. Sorry, Leandrom 90. He will also be doing a run where we have a bid war going on for those, so you'll be able to pick which car he will be using in that run. And there's also a bonus run incentive for the Top Gear 2 run, which will be being performed by Technical tomorrow. And the main idea of that run the bonus run is USA %. So he'll be doing all of the US tracks as part of the run, and as in on top of that run. So if you guys want to make any sort of donation like that, feel free to fire them at us. Obviously, it's all going straight to the Dutch Cancer Society. We won't be touching a penny of it, of course. But like I said, it'll all help to find a cure and help cure those with cancer. And breathe.
Yeah. You'll notice a decent effect going on here is there's like the skid lines or whatever from the I guess the wetness of the asphalt. It's a nice detail, I guess, you know, for such an old game. Doesn't look so bad. I don't think the AI cars have it. Yeah, they kind of do. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Decent detail for the time. But you'll notice how fast this car is. We're hitting 150 miles an hour at times, so it's pretty fast. You can also notice the physics are acting like sometimes we do wheelies and stuff, because I think the cars don't weigh a whole lot in this game, so if you're on the back wheels, you'll just do a crazy wheelie instead of... It's pretty funny, I guess. Very nice AI right there. Yeah, last race was really good, actually, despite the error. It was really, really good. Also, another thing you'll notice in the future, when we get to the night, when we do, like, there's going to be a couple of night races, and you'll notice the HUD will, like, illuminate. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Oops. Also, I was gonna mention this earlier, but it came back to me. But a lot of these old racing games, they have a lot of these twisty kind of turns, and a lot of people just theorize, and it's probably true, that, you know, because draw distances and frame rate and stuff, they don't want to have to render too much, like, in the frame, so they make the tracks twisty and have it all render, like, as you're driving around, so, you know, just to save on performance, and the fact that draw distances aren't very good in general, so it just, yeah. They do that kind of thing a lot. And I think the N64 suffered from draw distance problems more so than the PlayStation. You notice the draw distance in this game isn't brilliant. It's not terrible, like there are way worse examples, but it's not brilliant, that's all. PlayStation games generally have better. If you look at, I think Colin McRae Rally has it already, you can see, has better draw distance. But, yeah, of course, to get around these problems, Nintendo had is it the expansion pack, I think it was, so some games benefit from it, better frame rates or something, higher draw distances, better textures, so, and it's mostly the later N64 games that have it, not this one, not at all. You don't need the expansion pack to take advantage of playing this game in some more optimal way. And whatever you do on this jump that I just fell off of, never stick to the right. You don't want to hit the invisible wall in the air. You'll stop dead in the air, because physics. So. And then this is the mountain track, where the AI pace is all over the place. Like in the first part of this track where you're climbing with these series of hairpins, the AI is quite fast. And then when you get to the second half of the track, where it's more just like straighter roads, their pace slows down. It's a bit just weird things going on. And this is also a track. Another unique thing is it only has one shortcut. This would be the only track that has just one. So good frame rate right here. You don't want to wall grind here. I've seen some runners do it where they try wall grinding these bits. It doesn't end very well. Don't try it. You can wall grind a coastline, but don't wall grind here.
Just so you know, too. Sorry, I know I've been quiet. Just been doing a few bits, but Tomb said, "Come on, guys, that's a Supra combined with the wing and the overall shape of the car. Even if Integra was out."
Yeah, I must agree.
And he's also said mobile one draw distance decent too, unless you're on a super long straight without a.
Yeah, definitely agree.
And he's also said the sound is delayed.
Yeah, that's just due to my yeah. I'll have to fix that after the fact. Oh well. Just because it's you know, I'm not on the best hardware, so when I try and multitask things, it's gonna cause a bit of performance problems, especially Discord. So apologies. I said this at the beginning of the run, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that later. Not much I can do about it now. This was the shortcut. I would say this is actually the hardest shortcut in the game to take, because you have to really watch out, not flip over and stuff. And when you exit the shortcut, you can easily flip over from not clearing the jump enough. So that's a very tough shortcut. You have to be going at the right speed and not hitting anything and exiting at the right speed. Because if you take the around route, you just go to a very narrow asphalt section that you can crash into all kinds of stuff on the sides. You're much better off taking the shortcut. Oops. And because you flip over in this game, it has like an auto reset thing. But there was one occasion where it did not reset me, and that was very annoying. Yeah. You know what I completely forgot to mention this entire time? The objective of the game, right? So it works like a typical rally where you have, as I said, you have these seasons. You need to clear the seasons. How do you do that? You get points for the wins, and the idea is you just need to get enough points to advance. And I think it's top 6 like normal rally, or maybe it's top 5, and the point requirement goes up like 1 point, I think, each season. So it gets a little bit more difficult. The AI in turn gets a little bit more challenging. And yeah, that's a gist. When you win, you are the champion of the race, and you'll see that later. You can see how slow the AIs are on you. They're like snail's pace, driving like 20, 30. What are you doing? Look at him. He's driving like... you're not driving a PLP 50 here. You're driving a rally car. Look at this guy, for example. 10 kilometers per hour. Oh, a bit wonky. But I think this is the final race with the Super, then we move on to the next car. So, you get to drive a healthy variety of cars in the game, which is a good thing, I think. You don't want to be driving the same car for 2 hours, but sometimes you have to in certain games. That's okay. That's actually something that's sorely missing in modern racing games is the lack of progression, or the feeling of progression.
That I can definitely agree with.
I think is the biggest flaw in modern racing games. Like, yeah, the car variety's there, the physics are there, but we need like a feeling of progression. The fact that you're moving up in the game and you're unlocking things, and that's like I feel like a game. The original Most Wanted did this really, really well, and I think that's one of the reasons why it holds up. Yeah, the cop chases and the funny cutscenes and all that, but I think it's the fact that the progression is so good in that game. You can come back and play over and over and over again and unlock the same cars. Like, wow, yeah, I got this car now finally, and it's really important when you, especially if you're speedrunning something like that too. You want it to actually be an enjoyable run, something that feels like an accomplishment.
Well, in terms of like speaking of progression, let's see how much of this you agree with. So somebody on I can mention this, it's fine. So somebody on Twitter, speaking of progression, so just hear me out. So somebody last night or today, I think it's today actually, spent a good 2 hours playing Blur. And between that, Split Second, Rage Racer 7, Sega Rally Revo, Mod Nation Racers, Burnout Paradise, Driver San Francisco, Midnight Club LA, Motorstorm Pacific Rift, Wipeout HD Fury, Sonic Transformed, and Need for Speed The Run.
Yep.
God, take me. Someone said, what a fucking generation. I mean, there were some pretty good games in that, to be honest.
Yeah, some fantastic games. Blur is amazing. I would say that's a brilliant game.
Hard to think that Brian Tyler, the guy who makes the F1 theme, hard to think that he actually made the soundtrack for Need for Speed.
Oh no! Oh, I did the mistake I was hoping not to make. I'll have to permanently adjust the car settings. Anyway, we're driving, what I would consider an absolutely amazing car. But I picked the wrong tires. I have the grippy tires for the snow. Oops.
Ooh, I see a Porsche in there. And also you're driving a Ford already?
Yep, that's right. The
Very nice. I definitely approve.
The other car is the Skyline R32, which is certainly not as good. It's fine. It's not as good, though. But I picked... Look, and also this is kind of a meme. I mean, it's snowing in a jungle. But who cares, right? Who gives a crap? This is fantasy, and we're allowed to do whatever we want, so... Yeah. And it's really, really slippery. And I did this mistake in the practice where I forgot to switch to slippy tires for this one. Oh well. I think it's more about driving good anyway. But yeah, you'll note this car doesn't feel a whole lot faster than the Supra. Like the top speeds and stuff are pretty similar. But this is a cool car anyway. Oops. Yeah. Suffering from a lot of what we would call... Oh, this is what I'm talking about right there. Taking the shortcut is a little bit more tricky when you have to worry about the slipping. Taking this left hairpin sweeping turn. Oh yeah, you can see the problems now. Yeah.
I gotta say, this shouldn't come as any surprise, but it's bloody fast, that Ford RS200.
Yeah, pretty fast. We're hitting like 140 easily or whatever, so...
Like you do.
Yeah.
Also, Toom said, let's hope once Gran Turismo 7 comes out, it would actually be good.
Is it 7? Man, I always forget. Is it 7 or 8 that's coming out now?
Isn't Sport technically 7?
Spin-off game. Not quite.
Boo.
It's like Gran Turismo PSP. Not quite, man.
Polyphony, boo. Also, Toom said, you know, he said back when global warming wasn't a huge thing yet.
Yeah. Come on, man. This was totally normal.
The 90s, they were fun. Back in the 90s when it used to snow in the...
Another interesting detail is the water.
Also, Toom's gone, no! Oh, GT Sport is an spin-off, apparently.
Yeah, it is. Pretty much, right?
Yeah. I can't disagree with that statement, to be honest. I was gonna, and I'm like, no, I can't be mad at that.
It has its own fan base, I think.
I will say, even though I haven't played GT Sport, I wouldn't mind playing it. It does look good. Everything about it looks good, but the whole esports thing just doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
It did slightly when, well, you know how esports these days. I mean, let's look at the racing. You've got Forza, you've got Gran Turismo, you've got Project Cars, you've got F1. The one that started me off watching any sort of esports was literally F1 2017. It was, or 2018. I forget which one it was. It was 2017. And obviously they had the pro draft and all this stuff. I was like, this is never going to take off. Fast forward 2 or 3 years, and it's huge.
Yeah.
McLaren's got its own with world's fastest gamer. F1 esports are still a thing. Project Cars, Rocket League, they're all esports these days.
Yeah. Project Cars too? Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, they saw it as a good enough game to make it esports.
Yeah, some people are complaining about it. I haven't played it yet, but...
And I always forgetting one. King Email Cut said Assetto Corsa as well.
Indeed.
Assetto Corsa to me is like the next R Factor.
Think so?
R Factor 1 and 2 came out. They had the mods, they died off eventually. Although R Factor 2 still being modified, but then again it is newer. And then Assetto Corsa came out and now everyone's modding that. I mean, games are good modding. World's fastest gamer. Speedrunners would like a word.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I like that one, King Emo.
World's fastest gamer. That is such a vague statement, too.
I know, yeah. World's fastest gamer. Sure, yeah. What you mean is, well, even if you say world's fastest racer, I think Uzlot would like a word about that. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I give you that though, that's pretty good. Yeah, it is. I know we said the same thing then, but yeah. We can both agree on that.
Yeah.
This one seems to be going pretty well.
Oof. I picked...
Just missed the start thing.
Yeah. I picked... I always mess this up. Like, I'm like, which tires for which track? Because this is race 2, and then there's race 3, and I picked the slippy tires for the dry. Oops. And we'll be fine though. I'll be sticking to these. Okay,
so grip tires for the wet and wet tires for the dry.
Yeah.
You're trying to make it hard on yourself.
Yeah, I messed up again. I reversed the order. We're gonna be sticking to these tires for the remainder of the run because more often than not we're gonna be facing weather conditions unfavorable. So.
How fast is the Porsche?
It can go like
whatever it is in this game.
I think it's supposed to be a 959 in this game. You know, the rally car that never. Yeah, the rally car that never came to be. I think there was a Dakar version, but no Group B, or maybe the. Oh, I don't know. It's very fast.
They made the 911, didn't they? The 911 Dakar.
Yeah.
Which participated in the Dakar rally.
Whoa. How fast is it? We're doing like 160, 170 perhaps?
I mean, the Dakar rally was really good. It was the only time that Porsche was okay in a rally thing. Rally situation.
Yeah.
It is good though, because like in the 70s, 80s and 90s, most notably 70s and 80s, car manufacturers entered cars into rally and you're like, that car's not meant for rallying. They're like, watch this.
Yeah.
Put it in. I mean, like Aston Martin in Dirt Rally 2, they have a let's say V8. They have an Aston Martin Vantage. I think it's a GT4 or a GT3. Someone can correct me on this. Rally car. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. It goes like the clappers on tarmac, but on dirt, it's just awful.
Such a heavy car, though. Such a heavy car for a rally car.
The engine weighs a ton.
Can we do this
the
flat?
The car weighs a ton, so... It's a V8 though, isn't it, the Vantage? So, not surprised. Also, a vehicle... Hang on. A vehicular pentathlon. I think I pronounced that right. Vehicular pentathlon, or at least a triathlon. Yeah, exactly. Speedrunners can do that with their eyes shut. That's why we have trilogy runs.
Yeah.
We have trilogy runs, or in our case, what me and Joseph actually done before, and Deathmaster, I forget what it's called now, Amadin or something. Between the three of us, this was actually how Mcraeathon started.
Started as an actual marathon, yeah, like, just go.
We literally said, I say we, but a guy called Deathmaster D approached me and said, why don't you do like a marathon based on the Colin McRae games? And I said, yeah, alright, well what can we do? And he went, well, what about the first 5 Colin McRae rally games? And it was Colin McRae Rally 1, 2, 3, oh sorry, Colin McRae 1, Rally 2.0, 3, 04 and 2005. And you know, in terms of what we did on that run, we did 5 games in back to back. It took me 6.5 hours. It took Joe's like 7. I don't remember where Deathmaster finished.
8 or something. I think we were about an hour separating each other. Yeah.
And that's pretty much how Mcraeathon started. Then we were on the second event, which went absolute treat. Mcraeathon 2 went down honestly, amazing. Very warm reception. It was warm the whole way through. It was fantastic. And here we are at the third.
Yep.
And there is things to talk about regarding Mcraeathon, but obviously I've mentioned those. And there's not a lot else to mention. Everything is private, but just wait, you'll see, is what I'll say. So, regarding going back to the actual triathlon thing though, I mean, what's triathlon normally? You jump, well, in GTA's case, jump out of an helicopter, boat, drive a car, and then you win. Well, in terms of in terms of game, I don't really know. Oh, I got it. That's it. There you go. So we could have 10 minutes of jogging on the spot with Wii Sports or whatever it is. What's it called? Wii Fit. 10 minutes of jogging. Then 10 minutes of jogging with Wii Fit. Then we go Sega Bass fishing, and then finally finish it off with do a rally.
Absolutely brilliant.
There you go. There's your triathlon. Actually no. No. I've got one better. So no. We could have one better. So we fit the 10-minute jogging. Wave Racer 64, whatever it is.
Oh gosh.
Then we've got boats and cars. So we've got water and we've got sea and land. Oh no, you need air, don't you? What's a good flying game or helicopter game? Start with a modern game. No.
There was this one flying racing game, like arcadey style on the PS1. That was like a 30-minute game though. There's not a whole lot going there, so maybe not the best candidate. I can't.
Racer?
Can you think of any
Rapid
flying
Racer?
game? Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe that's the game I'm thinking about. I'm not sure. Flying speedrunning? That's a bit weird.
The Crew 2 has flying races in it.
Yeah.
There's no speedrun where you have to fly some sort of helicopter. Superman 64.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go.
That's perfect. Oh god, yeah, so well, there you go, there's your air one. Superman 64 Rapid Top Gear Rally. Or Colin McRae Rally
Oh
or
my
something. A car
goodness.
racing game. A relay back to back. Da, 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 da. Oh man. If anyone finds anything better than Superman 64 for the flying one, please tell us. We could make this into a thing actually. It's like, ready? Go. Make it into like a yearly thing. Every 6 months or something. Seasonal event, triathlon.
Hang on, I want to point two things out now that they're kind of relevant.
Okay.
So the first thing is,
night stage.
yeah, night stage, and the gauge is illuminated. It's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, some of them look better than others. So, I was gonna say, basically, in the countdown timer where you see like the the lights to go. If you switch to third person, the frame rate tanks, so you absolutely have to sit in the bonnet view or whatever it is until you begin. Otherwise, the frame rate will die. You don't want that in a run, do you know?
No.
So yeah,
that's a good tip. Those that are looking to run it, like maybe.
It reminds me of Destruction Derby 2, where you just sit in the
Yeah,
yeah.
it works. Do you know something? That whole trick that we use, I say trick, that the thing that we use to skip the cutscene at the start of the race. It doesn't. Do you know it doesn't work on PC?
Really?
The PC version doesn't let you change camera. You can change it, but you can't do it at the start. Unless there's something missed. You can't do it. On the PS1 you can. You can change camera piece, but it's a weird way of changing camera. So normally you press the button, don't you, on PS1?
Yeah.
And the camera goes to bonnet cam or whatever it's on, bumper cam. But then if you do it on PC, you can't change the camera when the timer's going. But what you can do is you can actually rotate the camera, like just using the 4 and 6 keyboard. You can rotate the camera to your liking. It's weird.
Yeah.
But there you go. More you know, I guess. Also, King Emo's come up with Sky Odyssey on the PS2.
Oh, that's an awesome game. That's an awesome.
It's not a meme, but it's an actual aeroplane racing game.
No, that is an awesome obscure game. Like I've heard, there are very few people I've actually heard talk about this, and that's amazing that you brought that one up. So really cool, really cool game.
He said there's also wacky races as well. Well, I'm guessing that's more cars turning into motorbikes then. Turning into aeroplanes.
Oh, I haven't. Okay, how about wasn't there a game called Ants Extreme Racing?
No, let's not go there. I've heard about this game. Even CD and you could run that game, and I'm like, no.
Wasn't there a flying?
It's so bad.
Wasn't there like a flying mode in the B movie game?
Hang on. Fireman actually told me about Millennium Racer, Y2K Racing.
Wow.
It's a game you can get. That's flying, technically. Theoretically, it's flying machines because they don't touch the ground.
Right.
So technically, that's a flying game, but not in the way of actually.
Or, now you mentioned that. What about Star Wars Episode 1 Racer?
That just that just came to mind as well.
It's technically a flying game, right? Sorta.
And Zorfkov has said Crimson Skies.
Yeah, that's awesome, but it's so cool. It's such a cool game. Man, you have to play that if you have an original Xbox.
Banjo Pilot GBA flying racing game, apparently.
Yeah.
There's one. And in terms of the Destruction Derby for PC, Toom said the PC version would be slower anyway. Who thought slowing down the game for PC was a good idea?
They did, man.
They did, but if you play it on DOSBox, it runs at 60.
Does it? It felt really slow, like the game was sluggish.
Yeah, it does. The game is sluggish. It still runs at 60. For some odd reason. Oh, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer? That's pod racing. True.
Yeah.
Star Fox? Apparently that's one of them.
Racing, though? There might be a racing mode
just...
in the original Super Nintendo game, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can run that.
Cars to planes for parts for... Ah, right, that's what...
Okay.
Cars to planes, that's the whole wacky race.
Oh, okay.
He said, oh, I only got it because I was... I think he meant that with that flying game before the PS2 one. Sky... whatever it's called.
Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, this game has something else going on that you'll be familiar with if you play DD2. It has a lot of car clipping, especially if you cut in front of them.
When you say car clipping, what do you mean?
Like, you just kind of go through them, you know? Just, like, casually.
Like you do.
Yeah.
Also, he said that's something. King Emo Cut said, now that's pod race. So if we're talking...
Oh, no.
That Y counts as flying.
Now this is pod race.
I don't know then. Well, I mean, what have we got? So we had Crimson Skies, although it's not really... Sky Odyssey.
Yep.
Superman 64.
Yeah.
And the crew too.
I think I'm voting for Superman 64, I think.
And Toon reckons it's more like DD1. I had to think that Reflections, the guys who made Drive, came up with Destruction Derby. Or made Destruction Derby, I mean. So.
Yeah, now
I
you're...
still find that hard to believe.
I'm just gonna point this out. You notice the speed when we
It's
cross
like
the...
one of the best... Oh, I... say best race. No.
Oh, no. We have to be careful. Okay. You notice that the speed is pretty insane when you hit the start-finish line. We're doing like 154 miles per hour, so you can do better, I think. 160 maybe? I don't know where you're gonna... I don't know.
It is going like 140 off straight. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
This thing shifts.
Yeah, I think all the...
Like the car.
I think most cars in this game have 6 gears. I think it's only the first 4 that don't have 6 gears. Everything else...
Also, according to King Imoko, he said some parts of Sky Odyssey are flying. That's like some Harry Potter type, to be honest. Do that. Speaking of which, Harry Potter, there's Sky Odyssey is the non-meme, but Superman 60 is for the other triathlon we do on 1st of April. Clapper.
But then you have to pick 3 infamously terrible games in each category.
Well, you have to have sea, land, and air.
Okay, well then your land is big rigs.
Sorry, land and sea.
Yeah, then
you
you're...
have to come up with something that isn't... Well, there is actually.
No.
I'll put it to you. What about Courier Christ? If you've ever heard of that.
Wait, hang on. What was that PS1 water game or whatever it was? The ship game. I'm not sure what it was. That you were playing it. I think you ran it a while ago, like a year ago, perhaps.
What, a boat game?
Yeah, some boat game on the PS1. What was it called?
Rapid Racer.
You think is that like possible?
I mean, that was a boat racing game, but I didn't even get out far and run. I think it stopped after a certain bit. Or I played it through. It was that one. I mean, there's that really bad racing game, which is called Hardcore 4x4, which I originally...
That's pretty bad, yeah.
That could work, as well as Big Rigs.
Ooh, come on. Yeah, not
GTA 1.
On the...
I'm gonna get my head ripped off for saying that. GTA 1! There you go. Hydro Thunder.
That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good.
Flat Out 3 Tomb Set.
Yes, best game of all time.
Racing game. Oh, what's that racing game I've got that's bad? What's it called? I don't know. Actually, I don't really have one. Oh, it's mountain biking down a hill racing. Okay.
No, what was
Downhill
that?
domination. There you go.
What was that extremely bad motocross game on the PS1? Also good physics, yeah. Ooh, nice. Nice. No, what was that extremely bad motocross game that we played like a long time ago, like 2 years ago?
Bad motorbike.
It was really bad. It was on the PS1.
No, I don't think you played it.
No, I did.
Race Pro? I was playing like last night. That was actually
Oh, Race Pro? That's a good game.
for 360. I thought I'd
Yeah.
that.
No, that's good.
I've still not finished it, but I'm getting there.
It's a solid
Good game. I
racing
enjoyed that. MX versus ATV.
No, that's good too. That's good as well.
I never saw them as good, like, and that's
Really?
Me.
Oh. Well,
I need to give them a shot, I think.
Well, you're better off playing.
Right, PS1 bike racing game. I mean, there's Castrol Honda Super bikes.
It was an off-roading sort of deal. It was like dirt bikes and stuff. Motocross.
Well, that's the only one I can think of. There's Motocross Madness. But Motocross Madness wasn't on the PS1, or was it? No. They do have Castrol Honda Super bikes.
No, definitely wasn't that one. No.
World's Scariest Police Chases? No, that's not. That's a driving game. It's fucking awful.
Is it really?
Stressed the hell out of me. That actually stressed the hell out of me. Running that game is damn right awful. I'll just get that out of the way. Fuel?
No, lackluster, I think.
Well, I mean, we are looking for bad games.
Yeah,
so
Fuel. But Fuel is like amazingly boring. I think. Like the map is massive, right? The map is huge.
It takes ages to get.
It's so boring. What even is Fuel?
I didn't enjoy it. I couldn't enjoy it properly.
I don't know. It felt extremely aimless and.
Yonko said Motocross Championship.
Oh my god, the wall riding.
Don't know. Bike racing game. That's one. I mean, there's South Park Rally.
That's really bad. That's really
there's
bad.
a bad one. Add that on the bad game. Tomb said, V Rally 1.
Yeah, that's bad. You like it. I don't know how, but, whatever, man.
I don't know why I've run the game. Help. Send help.
Yeah, it's no good. VRLE 2 is such an improvement. It makes the first game, like, why?
It's also dark to daytime? Oh, it's also dark at daytime. Motocross Mania. Well, we said Motocross Madness before.
It could be Motocross Madness, to be honest.
But Motocross Mania? Never heard that one.
Wasn't
okay,
that...
I think we're getting mixed reviews. Keep talking. Bear in mind, this is all taking the eyes off the run, but it's fine anyway.
It doesn't matter. What am I gonna say? We've reached almost the end game. This is the second last season, where the tracks get super difficult. And
Tomb has just said, speaking of riding games, I would like to. Oh, Tomb.
Wait, which game?
Taurus Trophy. You know, the Gran Turismo bike racing game.
Well, it's kind of cool. I think it's ambitious and stuff. So
I played it. The handling's well off.
Oh, well.
It's strange.
Uh-oh.
There's a Dukes of Hazzard PS1 game. I haven't run that yet. I've been meaning to, but I might run that for blind runners if they do a run of it. Put me on that list. I'll run it. Oh god, you got stuck.
Yeah, never. I said this earlier. Never ever hit those invisible walls there.
Oh yes, here we go. Here comes the good stuff. King Emote Cut say, if we're wanting that kind of tasking nuts.
Oh.
Yes, I can agree on that one. That game gave me nightmares. I still can't get sub 20 because Stasky's not firing at the bloody car. Watch the scenery, Starsky. Use the ramp, Starsk. Oh dear. You're getting pretty good at these impressions. You catch the ball game last night? No, Starsk. Too much TV is bad for your soul.
Yeah.
The best one's where he just goes, I'm hungry. Donuts. Don't you ever stop thinking about food, Starsk? Oh dear. Oh god. Yeah, Duke survives the PS1 game, South Tasking Hutch. Oh, hang on, whilst we're talking about bad racing. London Racer 2, US Racer.
Extremely bad, extremely bad. I've heard London Racer 1 is even worse, actually, so...
Yes, it's the whole series is... It might as well be called Meme Race, but it's that much for me. I went and bought... Yeah, you probably know this, but I went and bought... I picked up Paris Marcel Racing 2 for the PS2 last week. Because Shigan actually challenged... Dude, you should try and run that game. I was like, alright, you're on. He went, yeah, you might actually be able to break the record. I'm like...
Oh my goodness! Holy shit! Did you see that?
I gotta look for this question. Stuntman.
Did you see that?
Oh my! And stick the landing. Jesus! Stick the friggin' landing.
Okay, that was good. I like that.
Nothing more funny like this. This is hilarious.
Okay, I need to kind of calm down.
Stuntman.
Okay. But yeah, I think this
10
is...
out of 10. Somebody clip that, please.
Please.
If you haven't already, somebody clip that. We'll send it. Or just,
Please
if you do
clip
clip
that.
it, send it, Joe. Oh my days, that was awesome.
Okay, I think the result of me not knowing how to handle it is because we picked slippy tires again. We're on the asphalt with the most powerful car in the game. It's gonna be a little bit of a nightmare.
Race, apparently, right, so we've had a few suggestions. So we've had Starsky and Hutch 2 player, one with a like. Ooh, very nice. Let's see. Stuntman 2. I mean, Stuntman Ignition. Stuntman, hard game. It's good.
Yeah.
And it's a unique concept, it's just hard. Stuntman Ignition was an easier game to play.
It's still not that easy, though.
It's still not, yeah. I was gonna say, still not easy. But it was worse as well.
Pay attention to our speed. Hang on. 150 what? 55 miles an hour. You can do better, I think.
When you go in the straight line. 155?
Yeah, I can do better, I think.
Just touched. You just touched.
Oh.
156.
Ooh. 90s physics kicked in.
What, did you flip over again?
90s physics kicked in. You'll see. It wasn't the worst mistake, but...
Oh god. You just caught the guy in front doing a wheelie.
Yeah. I've seen there's some weird things that happen.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah. This is just the 90s physics kicking in, that's all. Nothing to see here.
Nice physics for you. Ta-da! Oh, here you go. Let's see. So, I can't speak today. So, apparently Ford Racing 3 was bad in the racing.
Ford Racing 3?
Ford Racing 1 was bad.
Ford Racing 3 isn't bad.
Decent. 2 was decent. 3 was pretty good.
I really liked Ford Racing 3. I thought that was good.
And Street Racing was pretty good as well. Albeit, Street Racing was a bit meh, because it was co-op features, and I didn't like that too much. But I did like 2 and 3.
Never
Although
played
3 was definitely the better one. 2 was bad when I played it the other week and did the speedrun of that. That was weird. Then again, maybe I just didn't get used to the physics. That's just me, though. That's just me. Somebody's already suggested Vin Diesel's Wheelman.
Oh no. I mean, it's mediocre, but I'm sure there's an audience somewhere, you know, that likes that game.
Me?
Yeah, it's kind of a guilty
It's
pleasure
me.
for a lot of people. Oh my goodness.
It's the game. It's the game that we. It's the game that we talk about as that. But it was. Yeah, it was okay. It's a good game if you like the story. I think the story's decent. Although
it's fine.
It craps at times. It's not great. Still want to see a clip. Team, if you go into the clip section, channel for BSG, you should be able to find it. Let's see. Race Room. Yeah, that was just a PC exclusive. I didn't really find that.
Isn't that a sim?
Demo. Yeah, I was thinking that was more. Felt like more of a tech demo than anything else, to be honest. Let's see. What else we got? The Fast and the Furious Showdown.
Oh no!
That game was bad.
No, so bad.
Fast and Furious Crossroads 2 just wrote.
Oh yeah, the can't believe they're still making PS3 games.
Oh, I don't mean to crap on its parade or anything, but they made one. Have you seen the new Fast and Furious video game? Wait, they made one? It's like, yeah, they're making one. And I looked at it and I went, no.
It looks like a 2006 game.
Yeah. I'm sorry, PGR4 and the 360 10 times better. That's not even a bad game, PGR4. That's a pretty good.
That is a good game.
For those that have never played PGR4, do yourself a favour. Whether you've not got a 360 or you've got one, just buy it. It's mint.
Great game.
Really good. Handling's pretty good too, apart from the bikes, but we'll gloss over that. How could we have missed these? All the Italian jobs, all of them. Hey, come on!
Even the modern one, like
the
modern.
Italian job was good. The old one, as in the old film and the old game, yes, was great. Sorry, you meant that as in bad, didn't you? Sorry. The old film and the old game, pretty good.
Yeah, but the new game is...
The modern ones were bad. I enjoyed the modern film, but not as much as I did the old. The modern game was just downright awful. The physics on that game as well. They even get me started on that. That was awful. Anyone got any other ones? Fire away if you've got any. No, like seriously, fire away.
Wait a minute, whoa. Okay, this is the first real diversion of difficulty. You have jungle in the snow and it's mirrored. So you're gonna be thrown off if you've never played this track in the mirrored setting.
Just remember which way the track goes.
Yeah, but it will throw you off, believe me. Unless you've played the mirrored version, you might get really screwed.
I've got a question for everybody. Bad racing games on the PS2. Right answers only. I say right answers only. But you get the idea. See what you can come up with. Bad racing games
no. DT Racer.
DT Racer.
Yeah, also known as I think somebody called it Driving Terribly Racer. It has some of the worst handling I think anyone has ever experienced ever.
Pro Rally 2002.
That's not very good, no.
That's what I mean. That's why I was saying that one. Midnight Club 2. Oh, someone's got balls.
Oh. Okay.
Soft cough. Ouch.
Oh man.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I would agree with you.
Oh.
Sorry, Joseph.
I would say Midnight Club 1 is certainly worse, but okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, the Midnight Club 1 does look bad.
People mainly dislike. I think the reason people mainly dislike a Midnight Club is due to the unfair nature of it and the physics. That's the main thing.
Please don't bite my head off. Do not bite my head off. Gran Turismo 4.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Not that bad, but I still class it as a bad game.
How?
Handling. That's it.
Really?
Just
Well,
handling.
I know it's sort of understeery and stuff. Game is very understeery.
Chat's gonna go crazy now. We're like, oh my god. Tomb's still in the chat. He'll kill me.
Oh yeah, he will.
He is in the chat. Uh oh. No, you. Oh, the Hot Wheels games.
No, Stunt Track Challenge was good.
Micro Machines.
Not too fond of those types.
Uh.
But no way, I think Stunt Track Challenge was a good game.
Yeah, chat is going crazy. How to get chat interactive 101. Say
Yeah.
you don't like a certain game.
Hot, just throw a hot take and
Instant
everybody...
viewership.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a train racing game for the PS2? Well, yeah. Whatever that's called. We'll say Densha D, but that's the modern one.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, we're going for bad racing games here. Just bad racing games for the PS2. Not like action shooters that have driving segments. Pure racing games.
So no Driver 3 or anything?
Oh no, Driver 3 you could probably get away with.
Ah. A lot of shooting in that one.
Can't think of any actually. Would say Tokyo Extreme Racer, but not played them much.
The handling in those games very like lead feeling. Cars are super heavy.
Driving emotion type.
Very bad handling in that game. Yeah.
And Auto Modelista.
Yeah, that's a controversial one I think, but I don't think it's very good now.
Alright then.
But yeah, driving emotion type S.
Any NASCAR game ever made. Try that.
They did drive okay actually.
What else? I think there's a few on back of my mind. Oh, Racing Simulation 3.
Ooh, sick.
Because that tries to be simulation, it's just...
Well, when you call yourself that, you better have a damn good game cooked up for people, you know?
What? Racing Simulation?
Yeah. You
It
better...
is, it's bad. It's just the cars handle like crap. They sound bad. And the game just doesn't play nice.
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean, I don't know. A good game that's actually decent. Burnout 3 Takedown. There you go.
Oh, that's a brilliant game. Considered one of the best in the...
You said like a good game afterwards. There's one that I find enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, Burnout 3 Takedown, I think that's considered one of the best racing games of the generation, so... Good soundtrack,
Someone said Juiced?
You know, we were playing that game today, and there are pink slip races that you can't save scum, if you know what that means. Like, you can't turn off the console to try and, you know, save your vehicle.
Win it again.
Yeah. So, when it happened on, like, the final turn, where we ended up losing the race, and got mad and just shut off the console. It was absolutely hysterical. I'm like, I knew this shit was gonna happen. I knew it.
Do you know there's actually, I think it's, what's it called now? What's the game? What's it called? That's it, Animal Crossing. I know this is weird. Yeah, Animal Crossing. It has a function that stops you being a sore ass.
Yep.
So if you keep, right, just hear me out. So if you turn the console off and on again, normally, there's a guy that pops up and says, "You do me a favour, stop resetting your console."
Oh, and...
He says, "I get what you're trying to do, but no, stop." He says, the more you do it, the more angry he gets. I think he actually erased your save game after a bit, 'cause he gets that mad with it.
Yeah, he basically
Stop
forces
it.
you. He basically forces you to save by erasing your game data. Yeah, his name is Rossetti, and whenever you leave your house, he will just pop up, and he'll talk to you for like 30 minutes.
That's the one.
Yeah, he will lecture you for a good 30 minutes about why you're a scumbag.
Someone said, how about Groove Rider? It's scale electric.
What? Huh.
Oh god, Tombs put it in general chat. Riot Viper says GT4 is bad.
That's blasphemy, man.
Mr. Resetti. Why does that sound like Tommy Versetti?
Well, think about it. Rossetti, what are you doing? Why is he angry?
Versetti. That's what I mean, like, it's GTA Vice City. Well, that's why they call it Resetti. I mean, tell you could get, if you didn't call it him before, you could easily do it. Although they call it, what do they call it, Vice? Oh, no, they have a different name for it, Vice. I think it is, or Vice Resetti or something. Vice City? I don't know. Groove Rider. Never heard of it.
Is it based in the 70s?
No idea. Said Groove Rider, it's scale electric. Basically. Also, are they all AI just stop?
Whoa. Yeah, I told you the pace is insane on this track. When they get to that section of the track, they slow down like hell. Like really, really slow.
3 places, yay!
Yeah, we're doing okay. This is the final race of this season, and then we have the final season, which is more of the same, but everybody's driving the same car, and it's more challenging.
King Emote Cut has also said, big mother trucker.
Bad game. Really, 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 really bad.
Oh, I see. Nerd Cube did a video on it, apparently. This Groove Rider, and he crapped all.
Oh, nice.
TDP found it quite good fun. So, I guess it's one of them games where it's like a certain player.
Yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure sort of deal, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there are games that I enjoyed that are terrible, so...
Am I allowed to say Gran Turismo concept?
Sorry? Which one?
Geneva.
What about
Tokyo,
it?
Geneva.
It's just like a demo thing. I don't know if I'd really...
Oh dear. Need for Speed 2015. I don't have to agree with that. Sorry, anything after... Oh, actually anything past the run was bad. Most Wanted 2012, Rivals, Need for Speed, Payback, and Heat. All bad. Didn't try them too much. Payback, I'm still trying to play through that. It'll take ages.
Yeah.
GT Concepts, I wouldn't say that's bad, if I'm being honest.
Well, I wouldn't...
Which one. Not to mention, we did have a runner before with GT Concept 2. That's decent for a rally game. GT3 though, Concept 3, that's pretty okay, I guess. The 3.
Oh, you're talking about the Advanced series now. Yeah.
But I think the first one probably did suck. I don't know.
No, the first one was just fine. No. The first one was just fine. Believe me.
GT Concept 2002 is the... So that would be the first game, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Whilst we're on that subject, actually, whilst we're on the subject, why don't we bring in a Wii game or two? How about GT Pro Series?
Yeah, mediocre, I guess. Budget
Bad game. Yeah, bad game.
Sort of bad.
What else? Off-road, Land Rover Off-road, or whatever it was called.
Actually wasn't that terrible. The physics were okay, I think.
Any other games? Well, I mean, we can't go by without mentioning the elephant. Need for Speed Undercut. Wii.
Well, you want to talk
and on
about...
the PS2.
Well, if you want to talk about an old, bad off-road game, how about the Test Drive off-road games?
Yeah. I mean,
Like
I didn't play them, so I don't...
Or was there a third one? I know 2 was really bad.
Test Drive 6 was tough.
Oh, Test Drive! Oh, Test Drive 4, man, that's the greatest game of all.
It was either 6 or 7, I don't remember which one I played, but it was bloody tough and I couldn't even win the first race, no matter what car I used.
Did you... How about Test Drive Overdrive? You ever played that?
Yeah,
that's a weird one. That's a weird one.
Truth be told, this is how bad things got. I played Test Drive when it came out in 2006 and didn't play any of the other games. I didn't even know it was part of a series. Right. I found out like 6 years, 7 years later, it was actual series, which was Test Drive. Is that Test Drive Ferrari Racing Legend
That's not bad. Well, it's okay.
or Ferrari Challenge? That works.
Mm,
Need for Speed Nitro. Yeah, I think we mentioned that.
yeah.
If we didn't, it should definitely be on the list. Top Gear Overdrive, maybe.
Yeah, I talked about this. It's pretty mediocre.
Forza Motorsport 5. Yeah, this was a bit mediocre to be fair. Speed Racer the video game, all of them.
Well, the movie was mediocre. The one that came out. When did the movie?
Can't imagine the game.
No, when did the Speed Racer
2005?
movie come out?
2005, I think. 2006.
I thought it was more like 07. Okay.
Might have been 07. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't actually know. What about PSP/Wii Dirt 2? Yeah.
Oh.
I've been unfortunate to run that game too. I nearly submitted it for this, I'll be honest with you. Suzuki Racing, hey, Joseph's ran that.
Have I? Yeah, I think I've. It's a bike game, right? I think so. Strictly
The
motorcycle.
DS version. DS version of Dirt 2.
Oh, that's not that bad. Maybe I'm just biased. Maybe I'm just
That is
biased.
bad.
Maybe I'm biased.
World Racing, the Mercedes only game. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, yeah. Now again, in the mirrored glory, we're doing this mirrored. So.
Also, Speed Racer the movie came out in 2008.
Oh, okay.
According to Yonko's in chat, and he just said 2008.
Yeah, that sounds more appropriate. Yeah, I think so. It was a very new film when I saw it. So.
I don't really know about all the games, racing games. It's funny how many we've actually cracked, and how many of us actually played these games. I would say drone races, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Most DS oh, that's a bold statement. Most DS racing games are bad. I could kind of agree to disagree on. There's two that stick out that I enjoyed, actually three, but Josie doesn't like them.
I can't believe you like Most Wanted on the DS.
Yeah, Most Wanted on DS, Asphalt Urban GT, the first one only.
Not the second one. Is the handling too shitty or something? What's the problem with the second
I didn't
game?
like the second one. I didn't like the second one.
I think I
It
don't.
was awful.
I think the problem is it was way too easy. Way too easy.
Mario Kart, obviously that was his choice.
No, but
Mario
Asphalt
Kart DS.
Asphalt Urban GT1, I like that game. It's good, and I think I prefer how it.
Hey, I'm not on my own. TDP said I like Most Wanted.
Oh no!
Thank you.
Is it possible?
I used to. Oh, and Yonko. Too.
How is it possible? See, I
Said, I used to have it until the cartridge. He said Carbon was good as well.
see personally, I think Carbon was a insane improvement over Most Wanted on the DS.
I didn't play it on DS to be fair. I
Way-
played Underground actually.
And Underground is pretty good too, I
Underground too.
think. Yeah,
Weird game.
I think it's better than the Most Wanted. Everything is better. I think.
The other game.
And there was Pro Street wasn't that bad either. Actually,
Oh, Carbon owned the City. That was
yeah.
Carbon owned the City for PSP. That was a good racing game. Enjoyed that. I hated Most Wanted 510 on PSP. I thought it was awful. Undercover was bleak at best. Shift was, well, we don't even talk
Painful.
about that. And Pro Street was meh. Bad.
See, Pro Street on the DS was actually pretty good. So
Fair enough. Each to their own. I'll leave you going off with a few others. I'll be right back.
yeah. Again, I don't see the chat, so no responses. All I can say is I don't know how people can. I really don't understand how people can enjoy Most Wanted on the DS. I think the graphics and stuff and the music and everything just kind of combined to make and the physics especially. Everything just kind of combined to make a below average experience. So, yeah. Meanwhile, the other DS NFS games are way better. Like, Carbon was great, and for what it is, considering the console and stuff. Carbon was good. Even Underground 2 was fine. Pro Street was pretty good. And I never played Undercover. I don't know what that's like. And speaking of every DS racing game is bad, I think the Race Driver, the Codemasters games, both Race Driver Crate and Race was pretty good, and the Grid on DS was pretty good too. They were more focused on realism. Not super realistic or anything, but you had like performance damage and stuff. Those were pretty good games actually, yeah, both of them. Both of those were pretty good. But I think maybe I just have... It's probably just bias on my end. Whoa! Physics. Thanks for the boost. Oh my goodness. Oops. Yeah, we're probably not winning this one, unfortunately. This is the hard track. It's harder to win here, so yeah, we're probably not winning this one. We're getting pretty close to the end here. I think 3 more races to go. 2 or 3 more races to go, and that's it. Yeah, this is, you can just tell, like, of course it's good for you as a runner, but just the fact that we're pretty much limited on tracks, you're seeing the same courses over and over and over again, so what can you do? There are quite a few N64 games like that, actually. Perhaps PlayStation games too, like, Destruction Derby only has a couple of different courses, I think. So, yeah, that's just the nature of it. Oops. Yeah, I think one of the big challenges is just when you overtake the AI, just do it at an optimal, like at a good opportune time. It's not worth trying to overtake them earlier. If it can really screw you up, you might as well just hold back for a second and then go for it. So. A weird AI. The direction of the car is messed up when they're doing that. I don't know why. Just, guess it's. Yeah, there he goes flying. But you can't beat the wall grind, so. Sorry, bro. Right over ya. Okay, pretty short race here. Should be the second last race, and then we get to the final race, and then that's it. What's the visibility on it? Can you even see anything? Can you even see anything on the stream? I don't think so. It is pitch black over there. Wow. Nice. Oh my. Acceptable. weird. You can just observe weird AI behavior. Sometimes really fast, like corner taking, and then the really slow and straight away. It's strange. Very, very strange. Not sure why it is, but yeah.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Not too much. We're on the second last race, I believe. So, yeah, we're getting
pretty close to time.
Yeah, pretty close now. I'll see next race if it's the final race or not. It should be. I think it's just a jungle with rain. So I'll see.
No worries.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Any input in the chat since you left?
Just a tad. So we've had. Let's see. King Emote said carbon depends on which version you play. He said. CDP said, what if I insult the WRC PS2 games, just the worst CMR but with licensed drivers?
The thing is, the physics are totally different, right? I honestly, in my opinion, right, I don't know what you think, but I think the CMR games nothing was as good as 2, so, yeah. I don't know. I feel like the physics didn't improve after 2. They kind of they became weirdly scripted in some strange way. It's hard to explain. Like sometimes it feels like you're guided on the tracks, and the way some of the scripted crashes happen, like when you roll over, it's weird. It's weird. What do you think?
It is a bit weird.
Don't know.
I can't deny that.
I think the graphics for the CMR games, like 3, 4, they're very nice graphics, for sure. But I don't know about the physics, man, and the content, especially for 3. Yeah.
3's lackluster, at best.
Yeah.
That's coming from a guy who likes the Call of Grey franchise quite a lot.
Yeah. Worst game in the series? Probably. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'd say 3. Well, if we're going to exclude the mobile part that was...
Yeah.
Then yes. Then 3, yeah. Hands down.
4 improved, and 5, well, that's just great, because you have, like, a proper career mode finally, with, like, upgrade paths, and that's great stuff, so, yeah.
Tell the truth, I didn't think 4 was any better.
I didn't like the tire popping physics there, that was just weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, this is it. Last race. Here we go.
Also, Toom said, Twitch finally allowed me to see the flip. Perfect landing, nothing happened. That was actually good.
Yeah.
So, it was pretty good.
Oh, that was pretty good.
So they've said, King Emote Cut said, you should change your name to the Legend 27. It's like 27 though?
Oh.
It's like, who is the Legend 27?
Oh my goodness, that was not good.
And then Yonko said, DS Pro Street minigame is painful.
Pro Street.
But I don't know, I haven't played it.
Oh, I can't. Why do I not even remember that minigame? No, I don't remember. Do you remember the minigames on Underground 2?
Yeah.
Like the DS version, I think, and the GBA version of the same thing. Weird minigames there. Gimmicky and whatever.
The DS version had that one with the edge, didn't it?
Yeah, where you had to like keep it between the bottom and the top.
And the red bit.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Do you know what I didn't like? I didn't like the busted getting out of busting thing in Most Wanted DS. I don't know why.
That was stupid. It was like,
Really?
you've got to stop it by holding the wheel. What the hell?
Whoa! Whoa! Holy! You'll see. Holy hell.
Oh god, that's another clip.
What was going on right there? Oh my goodness. Really focus on winning this. It would be very nice to win. I think I kind of have to win this, actually. Yeah. That was not bad.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, we're getting close on time. Oh, I'm trying to overtake him, but it's just not going very well. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this is not going well. I was hoping this last race would go well, because last time in the practice run, this race didn't go well either, and it should go fine. I just don't need to run up the wall and stuff. Would be preferred.
Welcome to my world with my WRC2 practice this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh well. Alright. 7th place seems okay for the final lap, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Whoa.
Oh yeah, Toom said, well I thought I rolled. Well, what happened?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh, it won't be. It's not the first run that went over Est. It's fine. Mine was the first. I'm the first one.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If people enjoyed it too, that's the best. I mean, we got a laugh out of it. We got a good chat out of it. There you go.
Yeah, at least.
I'll be honest. I didn't think I'd be doing too much cold commentary. I'll be honest with Yonko's flat out. Actually, I should quickly mention, for all those that are interested, there's still an outstanding donation incentive yet to be met, and it's to do with Yonko's run, which is coming up next. If it gets met, you get to make his life a living hell. By that I mean you get to make him use the slower cars. So be sure to get your donations in if you want to do that. Bear in mind you're going to have to do it quick, because the deadline will cut off as soon as this run is finished. So you haven't got long.
Which is in like a minute, or less than a minute.
Yeah. Toom went, yeah, wasn't expecting you to speak while I roll. Oh, you know, it happened.
Alright, we're coming up here. Well,
I mean,
and come on. A little bit more, and time. There we go. That's time.
I'm just gotta wait till you cross the line on my side. Don't forget I'm on delays.
Yeah, of course. That's it. Champion of the meme. There we go.
Well done. 2:09:04.
Hey, that's a PB.
Time in the end. Hey!
2 minutes.
Hey.
That's 2 minutes off my PB, so that's good. Happy with that.
Yeah, so 2:09:04.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, nice.
And it started as soon as you said, you know, as soon as you went, What's it called? As soon as you went, off you go. Start. I timed it properly, so it's been timed correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, 209.04. Very nice.
That's good. Good stuff.
Yeah. Any last word? I say any last words, but any mentions or anything like that before?
Not much. I just want to say I greatly appreciate your co-commentary and the chat and everybody.
It's all right.
It was good. Yeah, it was entertaining. That's what's important. So you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about it.
Whoa! The physics. Good grief. I just saw them. Sorry, your stream fell up and the car just flipped through the air. Like...
Yeah, that's. I think that's the guy playing the demo flexing a little bit. You know.
Jesus. Flexing? That's an understatement.
And that's also the bonus track as well. So.
Ah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, and on that note, I think we're going to move on to our next run of the marathon today, which is Flat Out Ultimate Manage. Derby class, new game. Like I said, you've still got a slight bit of time, and you still want to make sure he takes the slowest cars, then apologies for the sudden cut-off. Like I said, we're just going to switch over to the next run, so we'll be back very, very shortly.